We believe that members of our community genuinely care about those who have been affected by hardship, including people who have experienced poverty and homelessness. We also know that in the face of such an overwhelming problem, it can be difficult to know where to start and how you can make a difference. Wehrhafte exists in part to provide a way for you to roll up your sleeves and really know that you're making a difference in other people's lives. I am really excited to introduce Barbara Berryman, who will share her story and the role that Wehrhafte has played in her journey.
Yeah, strangers actually wouldn't have known that I was homeless because I've learned to master my mask. So for me, when I was homeless, I just had a lot of pride, and I didn't want people to know the darker side of me that was taking place. I just felt I was able to just take it on my own. I don't think anybody would notice that I was homeless because I've always carried myself as middle class, professional, look like I have a 9-to-5 job, clean, pretty. So I didn't have that stigma of what people thought homelessness looked like. So in 2014, when I had a severe fall, I never knew it was going to have such a spiraling effect on my life to the point where I ended up being homeless. So I never told my kids that I was homeless. I would lie to them and tell them I was staying at people's house. And it got so bad to the point where the grandkids were asking to come to my house. And it was at that point that I removed myself from my family because I didn't know how to tell. After I was evicted and I could no longer store my belongings in another apartment, that's when I put my stuff into storage along with myself. So when you walked into my storage space, I had my chair and my love seat, which was my actual bed. And then I had my tall mirror so I could see myself getting ready. You're making up excuses to everybody. Can I take a shower? My water's off. Or, not knowing. But then after a while, you start running out of excuses. So when I was staying in the shelter, that's where I ran into the Wehrhafte mobile van, and I was approached by volunteers, and there is where they provided me with a nice warm meal and hot drink and a blanket. And that blanket I still have today to remind me of how far I've come. And it was nice to know that that is out there for people that are either experiencing homelessness or just having a hard time or maybe just hungry. My life started to turn around, and there is where I met a girl by the name of Maria, and she happened to be a graduate of Wehrhafte Street Academy. And that's when she told me about the program, and for me it was just like that was a turning point for me because then I knew this was my next path. This was my next journey. This was where I was supposed to be headed. So for those that are volunteering, I just want you to know that you may not see the impact you are making on one's life, but you are. And it means a lot. We may not be able to tell you, but deep down you've allowed us to feel visible. I grew with Wehrhafte, and it helped me grow as a person as well, because now I can be non-judgmental and I can give back. After I graduated from Wehrhafte Street Academy, once a month we would get together for our alumni, and there is where I found out about this project that they were having called the My Toronto Photography Project. But when I actually joined and then I won, it became more to me than the prize, because now I was just continuing on by giving back, by being a voice and showcasing a talent. And yes, I am a third-year calendar winner. The first year I won the photo that is directly behind me. And then the second year I actually won 3 photos. And then this year I won a photo again for the My Toronto calendar for the 2020, and also was voted by the public for People's Choice. So through Via Hafta, I've been able to be given another platform to be able to share my story and help those understand the true meaning behind homelessness, and in hopes of steering away from what the stigma is. And Via Hafta has allowed me to have those opportunities by doing public speaking, by being an ambassador now for Via Hafta. Just don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that is like the first step, because for me it was the hardest thing in the world to swallow my pride and say I need help.
You've come here today to start your journey into making a difference. You've learned about the issues and the causes of poverty and homelessness in our city. You've heard from our client how Via Hafta's programs make a real and lasting change, helping people move from a place of instability towards self-sufficiency, helping them realize the full potential of their lives. Now you're going to learn how you, as a member of the community, can really make a difference in the lives of people who have been affected by poverty and homelessness. So don't stop here. Join the movement. You may find that the life you change may be your own.